Oi oi, it's Roger Retro Gamer. Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for stopping by. Listening to my waffleage. Another one. Bloody hell. I'm back up in the loft. I had some annual leave to use up. So what better way to spend a morning, a day off work, than up in the loft. And I've been chopping and screwing in and nailing and cutting and chopping myself to bits. Bloody cuts and grazes all over the gaff. I'm not built for DIY, really not. But yeah, so I'm having fun. I've just had a coughing fit. So anyway, I'm up here on a day off, having fun, and what better way to spend it than having a sort out bit of room Tetris. I'm getting to a point now where I'm expanding, broadening the horizons and all that. I'm boarding out more of the loft, which is a nightmare, particularly to try and do on your own, to do it properly on your own anyway. But we're getting there, slowly but surely. I've got to say, firstly, it's not too late. Get over to Mike's Gaming Gala and sling me a vote for YouTuber of the Month. If you haven't already, get on it. Mike's Gaming Gala. Go and sling us a vote. It'd be much appreciated. If you've already voted and it's not me, well, it's not too late. Change your bloody vote. Sort it out. I'm talking to you. Mark Goes Blind Gaming. Get it sorted. Ask the Cheese, YouTuber, great channel. Put me forward with a few nominations to potentially be YouTuber of the Month. Don't worry about all the other guys. Great channels, but we won't worry about them at the moment. Go and check them out next month. Anyway, be much appreciated if you can go and sling us a vote. Anyway, right, back to the matter at hand. Went on a road trip. For the last few weeks, I've been saying to a fellow tuber, absolute diamond guy, really nice bloke, Ed, Retroed UK. You must be subbed to him, watching him. He's brilliant. Absolute all-round lovely guy. One of the nicest people you ever want to meet. But I hinted that I'll be going on a road trip end of the month, round pay weekend, and going to get some treats. So I said, oh, it'd be nice to meet up, have a catch up, say hello. Met him a few times and it's always a pleasure. Such a lovely guy. So anyway, I arranged to meet at Nerdbase in Battlesbridge. And he knew a cheeky back entrance. He parks in a different car park. He was in there, up there and on it before I even got out of the motor. There's me sat there waiting by the door in the motor, thinking, I ain't seen his motor yet. And then I get a message saying, I'm in here, I'm up here, I'm on it. So he beat me to it. I have to watch that, Ed. So we have a brilliant natter. Great, all in, it made my weekend. It really did. It's always a pleasure. The first hit was Nerdbase, and managed to tick a few PlayStation games off the list, thankfully. Bloody cuts on my fingers, on my hands, dropping to bits. So yeah, we're having a real good natter about all things gaming, retro gaming, life in general. It's brilliant. I'm on the monster, hold tight. It's going to be a wild ride. So yeah, there's him checking out his app, scanning through what he needs, what he's got, need. Do you remember that back in the day at school where it used to be stickers and or cards? Got, need, swapsy. Anyway, we're looking through, looking at the glass cabinets. Wish there was a way that they need to put in a bell so that you can go ding-a-ling-a-ling, need attention, because otherwise you've got to find what you want. A lot of it you can see prices of, a lot of it you can't. So you've got to run downstairs, grab one of the dudes, need something out of a cabinet. They come up, unlock the cabinet, and then you're starting to have a look through. I know they've got to be careful of thefts, and it is a big store. There's lots of sort of hidden corners and stuff, so they are at risk, but need a bell. just so you ain't got to keep pissing around up and down, particularly on a weekend. Usually I've done calves on a Thursday and Friday, so getting up and down them stairs is a bloody nightmare. But anyway, we're having a scan through. I'm trying to tempt Ed. I'm like the little devil on his shoulder. Not that he'd want me on his shoulder. Trying to tempt him to get some treats. I'm looking through my book, page by page, as he's just flicking through his app. But the only thing is, when he ain't got a signal, he's scuppered. So I managed to find a few nice treats. And firstly, Namco Museum. Really nice, complete condition. It was a decent price. I'm still only trying to tick off all the cheapies, really. It is complete, nicely nice. Whoop. So, not seeing much thumbage. The manual. Disc is all lovely, lovely. But this features a sort of a 6 games: Pac-Man, Pole Position, Rally X, something else, Gallagher. What's the other one? Bosconian. So yeah, it's volume 1, and I've not got any of these. So I think there's 4 or 5 of these. I think it might be 4. I'll have to consult the book, the Bible. But it's an 00243 numbered PS1 game. Oh, bit of turbulence. And the next one, I'm going to have to do a case swap. I just see the side of this and I thought, ooh, that's piqued the interest. Maximum Force. And we were having a little natter about it. And we were sure there was a Maximum Force or something like that on maybe a Dreamcast or some other game system. Not sure, but it turns out that's the front. As I say, needs a bit of a case swappage. But it looks really intriguing. It looks like a Duke Nukem sort of game, an open worldy Duke Nukem, like a Tomb Raider with a geezer and guns. My sort of cup of tea. So I thought, again, it was a fairly cheap game. It's number 1001 on the PS1, Maximum Force. And then lastly, from Nerdbase, again, this is going to need a case swap. It's a bit of a dodgy case. I won't open it, but it's all what's in there is all lovely, but there's a big chunk out the side. Thankfully, I've got some cases. But this is Assault. Looks a bit different. Dude running around with guns. Huge levels, numerous secret areas and levels to explore. 2-player. Ooh, fast-paced. Awesome arsenal of weapons and armaments. It's 1244, but looks pretty good. You have to excuse the reflections, but looks pretty good. So that was it from Nerdbase. Ed got a few treats, gaming wise. Then we went downstairs and had a proper geek out at all the stuff down there. Whether it be Star Wars, Indiana Jones stuff. Went over to the wrestling. We see the Masters of the Universe stuff. I mean, just any toys, figures you can think of. Nerdbase has you covered, really does. And all the guys in there are so friendly. I see Brett and had a quick chat with him, and he's a lovely guy. But all the guys in there are so friendly, and it's a great place to go. So anyway, we're coming down the stairs after getting the games, coming down the stairs, and I suddenly went, got to go Ali's today, gonna be going there next. And then I went, shit. I said, oh, what? I said, for some reason, it's just come into my mind. There's a game at Miso's that I've seen. I said, I've forgotten all about it. I said, I'm going to have to go Miso's. I said, so I've really got to go Miso's today. I said, no ifs, no buts. I said, whether I'll go with you, Ed, to Ali's, or go to Miso's. Whatever we do, I've got to get to Miso's today because I haven't messaged him about the game. I haven't bought it. I could have bought it on if I'd have seen it online or whatever. I hadn't seen it, so I thought, shit, I bet I'm going to leave it to chance. I won't ring him, won't message him. I'm going to go there. And Ed goes, well, really fancy a little trip out there, and I'll go with you. So anyway, rat race to get the Miso's, and absolutely lovely store. He's now moved to a unit downstairs. It seems about a third bigger. Having a chat with him, he reckoned it was square footage. It's about a third bigger, but it's so bright, lovely, fresh, displayed so well. He's a lovely guy anyway, Luke. Really is, absolute gent. But go and check it out. It's Barley Lands, Billericay. Go and check it out. It's absolutely lovely store. I know Ed has just put a video up. Retroeduk has just put a video up showing some pictures, some videos. It's all technical for me. I can't be dealing with that. It's hard enough to press a button to say record. But yeah, go and check out Ed's video. He's got some footage because he was just going up and down videoing a few of the units and sort of scanned out the display and stuff. Thankfully he kept my head out of it because as much as he could, because the glare off my head, where it's such a light bright shop, the glare off my head would have spoilt the camera footage. But but yeah, so he's doing his thing, and I walked in there with Ed. Again, he beat me there. I'm sure he knows some shortcuts. He's either that or he's an ex-rally driver. So yeah, he beat me there. I walk in and hello, say our hellos and get nattering about this, that and the world. And I suddenly went to Luke. I said, I didn't message you about it. I said, but please tell me you ain't flogged it and it's here somewhere. Mind you, this was after all the excitement of just taking in that wall of PS1. He's got front-facing PS1 display unit and it's beautiful. I actually said, look, I'm not going to get arrested if can I just give it a hug? I want to take it home, but I'd never get it up here. Beautiful display. I think it was an ex-card shop display unit, but he's got it absolutely perfect. So anyway, turns around to him and goes, I didn't message you, but I'm hoping you've got it somewhere. Max Power Racing. Have you got it? He said, I ain't sold it. He said, I put that by for you. And I was like, oh, you legend. And he got it in with a deal. Absolutely pleased. He said, oh, I'm not sure whether you'll want it because there's a bit of stickerage on the case. And I'm like, mate, honestly, you've made my weekend. Absolutely brilliant. I've been so dying to get this one. I've seen a couple on eBay. But he said, no, I'll put it by for you. Here you go. And chucked it on a pile. And I was like, oh, what? It was random, so random that I'm standing in Nerdbase, walking down the stairs, and then goes, Max Power Racing. Ed, I've got to get to Miso's. I've got to see if he's still got it. I really want to play it. I don't remember playing this one, but it looks very much like Porsche Challenge on the PS1, but obviously with the cars featured in max power. So I was one of those years ago, modified cars and bloody neon lights everywhere and silly bumpers and stupid great big exhausts and stuff. I once had a motor I could fit my fist in the exhaust, and it was like a 5-inch exhaust hanging out the back of the motor, sounded like a bloody tank. And I had it straight through as well. Local garage, modified motors. It used to take the cap out for me and just do a straight pipe, and then when it come to MOT time, I just used to get them to weld that back in, and jobs are good, and get through the MOT and then pop it out again. So sound like a fucking absolute tank. So but yeah, anyway, So pleased to get it, and he literally did put it by for me. I didn't message him, I didn't buy it online or what have you. He just, at the goodness of him being helpful and an absolute gent, he put it by for me. So and chucked it on the pile. So awesome, top man. Thank you very much, Luke. If you get the chance to watch this, and then I'm looking at that wall of PlayStation and I'm kind of overcome. I'm like, whoa, just wanted to give it a cuddle. So I'm scanning through. Out comes the book. Need, and wow, what a selection of games. Done a good deal. It's a deal. It's a steal. Some real bizarre titles, and yeah, and he's done me an absolute solid. He's done me a real awesome deal, and so thankful. Really does look after you. But anyway, it's so many bizarre treats in there. There's one I ain't taking the sticker off. Got to take the sticker off. Oh, what? Yeah, I had a little pile together, and he goes, "That's X amount of pounds," and I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, that's X amount of pounds for you," and that can't be right. And he went, "No." I went, "Right, okay. That means I've got to get more stuff. Bump me up even more. Happy days." So I started looking at other titles. I'm like, well, I'll have that one then, and I'll have that one as well. Don't need any encouragement for that. I've got some real bizarre titles and some real crackers that I'm really eager to play. So without me rabbiting on anymore, this was a real bizarre one. I see the front cover of that in the display. Oh, front cover, forward facing, beautiful. Miso's, Barleylands, Billericay, go check it out. So yeah, all complete. It's called Baby Universe. Now it turns out what this is probably like a sensory game, but in the early days of the PS1, I think it was something on a demo disc, and you had all the wacky colours and 3D shapes, and it would go along to the music, and you could sort of manipulate it in some way. This is kind of a whole game doing that. So you put that in, and any audio CD does, it sort of goes along to the music, and you can manipulate it to do all sorts. But Baby Universe, it's a real bizarre thing. Not really a game as such, but it's a great little addition for the PlayStation, and it's number 982. But I've never seen that, heard about that at all. So it's a 3D kaleidoscope. Baby Universe, lovely condition. Bit of stickerage on the front, but I shall get that cleaned up and tidied up. I mainly need to, while I'm up here, is get through these, just so that I can get them put away, stacked away with the units, because the units are all going to change where they are very soon. So I thought I must get a video done, get it sorted. As I say, going through cheapies, so you've got to take the rough with the smooth and all that. Again, I hadn't taken the sticker off, so I just peeled that off. Caesar's Palace 2000. There's a couple of these on the PS1. This is 2476. Big heavy manual in there. Ooh, another one. Decent condition. Big old beast of a breeze block of a manual. But Caesar's Palace 2000. Doesn't really do a great job of selling it on the back, on the screenshots. But another one ticked off the list. That's what it's all about. What it's all about. Turns out I ain't taking any stickers off. So there we go. Casper is the next one. Friends Around the World. Now I actually saw this because he's got a website, Miso, Luke, for the store, and Goldtooth's always banging on about. He goes on the website and orders it because he lives so far away. But I've got to say, navigating through that website of yours, Luke, is an absolute pleasure. Even a numbnuts like me, technical sort of absolute noob, even I can scan through and I can add stuff to the basket, and I tend to just click on the games I see, take pictures, just so that when I do come along, I kind of know what I'm looking at or looking for. Again, pictures are really well presented, easy to see. So yeah, keep up the good work with the website. Even I can navigate through it. So this is a game all complete. Probably a 3D-ish platformer style game. Don't know, never played it, never owned it. So I shall give it a go at some point. This is 3113 Casper. The next one, I've been trying to find this for quite a while. Again, I've been trying to tick off all the cheapy ones, the silly ones like the TV shows and the dance games. And this is Dance UK Extra Tracks. You see Dance UK everywhere you go. It used to be in every bundle you pick up from the booter. But yeah, this one is a bit trickier to find. It was only a cheap title, and this is 4161, so it's quite a late title. But Extra Tracks. Let's have a look who we got on here. Atomic Kitten, Whole Again. Oh, Flyby by Blue. Oh my god. Live Enjoy, Dreamer. So Solid Crew, 21 seconds. Well, yeah, so Dance UK Extra Tracks. This is a bit of a bizarre one. I couldn't work out whether I had it or not, and I'll be honest, I haven't looked yet. Because it's Fantastic Journey on the side, and then it's Pro Pinball, and I didn't have it in my list in my book, so I thought, well, maybe I've sort of missed one out. It has got a bit of stickerage, but thankfully it's on the box. So this is 2466, but I didn't have it in the book. I've never really seen it. It's not stood out to me, but it looks like a cracking little pinball game. I might be wrong, but it got a decent playing board there. So Fantastic Journey. Again, it's all complete, and it's actually got 2 discs. It's got Pro Pinball, the web, and then Fantastic Journey. So yeah, it's a 2-discer. So don't know what that's all about, but I shall experiment and have a good go. Now this is a title I've seen and known about for years, but never actually played. And where Luke did me such a stellar deal, it was a no-brainer. I thought, I've got to tick a decent game off the list that I've never had, never experienced. And this is an absolute beauty. Johnny Bazooka Tone. It's game number 112. It's by US Gold. But real bizarre looking title. Looks sort of, I don't know, it looks pretty wacky. Maybe like a 2D Persuado 3D like Earthworm Jim sort of style game. Looks certainly intriguing, and it's not the cheapest of titles out there, but as I say, with the deal Luke did me, it had to be done, had to be chucked on the pile. Johnny Bazooka Tone. So again, I'm discovering sort of games that I've never seen, played, or, you know, really absolute, really enjoying collecting and playing the PS1 lately. This is MTV Sports Snowboarding, and it's game number 2353. Again, all complete, nice condition. There's a couple of the MTV sports games, and on my list all I had was it was 2, and it just said MTV Sports, MTV Sports, and I thought, shit, what one have I got? What if I've got any? What ones do I need? And I thought, for the entry fee, it was a no-brainer. Why not? Just grab it and go. It was great to see at Luke's, at Miso's. He had, what was it? He had in the background playing. He had SNES music playing, and one track, my ears pricked up, was F-Zero. The music to F-Zero, the main sort of Circuit 1 music, absolutely brilliant music, so nostalgic. And he had 1080 snowboarding on a TV running in the background as well as other stuff. But yeah, it just reminded me of the one on the N64. And I thought, bloody hell, I used to love that. Got to play that again. So looking around, this was another one I'd seen on the website, and I thought, ooh, I haven't really got that. And I think there's quite a few of these titles that were kind of re-released, brought up to date for the what was then modern gen, and it's Pong. So probably taking the age-old sort of style, but making it more 3D. No doubt with a decent sort of music tracks in the background. This is 2020. All nice condition, apart from some cracks on the case on the back. But that was all reflected in the price. And I've got cases, and I need more cases, but I've got enough to get by for now. So that's Pong. I think we all know what Pong is. It pongs, isn't it? This one I wasn't sure of whether I had it or not, and there's a few of these, and so I thought I'd take a chance. Premier Manager 99, and I'm pretty sure it was either Premier Manager 2000 or 98 that I've actually got. So I was getting so excited looking at that wall of beauty. So Premier Manager 99, bit of Kevin Keegan on the front. This is game number 1544, and it's a management sim. Not really interesting, the old pictures, screenshots. We've got a sticker on the outer, but that's alright, it's on the outer side box. I'm running out of space. I've condensed down the Master System set onto just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, because I'm going to lock the top off that shelf unit so that I can fit consoles on the top. Again, it's about making the display look better, but taking up less room. Pardon me. Now this one I've got on the N64, and it's one of those games that over time has really sort of crept up in value on the N64, and trying to find it immaculate, which is what I've got. I've got it immaculate on the N64, but it's one of talking about recently to Danny. We're talking all things N64, and it was one game that he needed boxed complete. I think everyone's got the first one, but the second one is that bit more expensive and harder to find, and it's Rugrats in Paris, the movie. Now this is a PlayStation game. I think it's way less than a tenner, but as an N64 complete, really nice game, I think it's probably up there 50, 60, 70 quid, something like that. I don't know. I think I remember paying 40 quid for it complete from CEX. It's going back a good few years ago when games were cheap, I tell ya. I remember playing the first Rugrats, but any of the others, I think, was it Escape from Raptar or something on the PS1, or it might have just been Rugrats, but never played this. It's 134, no, it's 3342. So again, it was quite a late game. Goody goody. Balancing the PS1 games on top of the shelves wedged in on top of the shelves of the Master System stuff. Bit precarious. This one was really intriguing again. Shadow Madness, and this is another game towards the end. When I heard the deal he was doing me, good old Luke, I thought, oh, chuck another one in, and this was one that really piqued the interest. Shadow Madness is game number 2099, and never played it, haven't got a bloody clue, but it actually looks like a bit sort of RPG, explore 'em up type idea. Sorry about the glare from from the phone and the lights in here. So yeah, looks pretty cool. 6 unique heroes, complex battle scenarios, build your magic up and whatnot. So yeah, it's a 2-discer. Oh, that manual's nice and crisp. Crispy manual and 2-discer. So it looks really cool. Probably not my sort of thing if it's too much of the old RPG elements in it. But it's added, it's chucked in the pile. Now this one really did sell me from the front inlay. Basically it was a no-brainer. I had to get it because of the look of it. I thought, bloody hell, I've not played that. And the PS1 does this genre of games, whether it be car racing, snowboarding, roller skating, or sledding, whatever you want to call it, but Sled Storm. Now look at that for awesome inlay artwork. Proper cool. And this is the sort of game that really did hold up well. Alright, you get a lot of distance pop up to the graphics, but if you can overlook that, a lot of these games play absolutely excellent today. And this is game number 2194. But look at that for artwork. It's a beauty. Sled Storm. And things like Cool Borders and Road Rash and that sort of stuff on the PS1, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, snowmobiles, Sled Storm. So that was the most of the pickups from Miso's. And as I'm walking around in there, I suddenly thought of a conversation I had with Big Harry X, whereby recently I said, oh, I'm going to Miso's and Nerdbase and Ali's the end of the month. And he goes to me, he goes, oh, you've got to ask Miso if he'd sell you. You've got to try and buy it for me, Dad. If he'd sell you the standee that he's got in there of Rey Mysterio, and it's to do with the WWE 2K22 game. And it's got to be about 4 foot high, this standee, and it's a Rey Mysterio, beautiful colours to it, and it's quite a big one. It's actually too big to fit through the loft hatch to get up here, and I then sort of bend it and condense it to get it up here. So anyway, I'm looking around and I'm thinking, you ain't got it. And I'm looking behind the counter and stuff, and I just randomly sort of said, you ain't got rid of Rey Mysterio, have you? Because he's keen into his wrestling as well. I think he always has been. And he went, no, I've got it. It's tucked round there. And of course, where I've been so game focused as I've been walking around the store, completely didn't even notice Rey Mysterio standee there. I mean, that's how good it is there. He's got it good. I must have walked past it 3 or 4 times. Didn't even notice it was there. So I'm like, I said, having a conversation with my lad the other day, I said, he's asked, how much would you sell it for? He said, I don't really want to sell it. I said, I said, well, I'd swap you. I'll do so. I said, he's so keen to get it. I said, he really wants to get that. He went, well, he can have it. If it's for him, he can have it. And I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah, straight up. I said, look, I've got a standee. I'll swap for it. And he's like, no. Just, if it's for him, if you can dismantle it, take it apart or whatever, just take it. He'll get more enjoyment out of it than I do. It looks absolutely awesome. I've got it set up in his bedroom and it looks brilliant. It really is cool. Absolutely buzzing. And I'm like, no, come on. How much do you want for it? I'll buy it off you. And he's like, no, you won't. Just take it. It's for the boy. So again, absolute geezer. Miso, you legend. Luke, top fella. The boy is absolutely made up with it. Really is. So, and that was such a kind gift. Really was. And I was willing to buy it, well, within reason, for anything. Just to get that for the boy. Give him a treat. And he just gave it to him. So, top stuff. Thank you very much. Really appreciated. So, we left Miso's, and I'm like, gonna go Ali's now. Got to do the dynamic trio road trip. Unfortunately, Ed couldn't make it along to Ali's as well. The TheRetroHunter, Leon C, South End Way. So I thought, oh, well, I'm going anyway. That's it. And I was absolutely starving by then because I hadn't really eaten a great deal all day. And so I thought, no, sod it, I've got to get there before he shuts. So went along to Ali's. Before I dump this out the way, the bag did hold up. Bag from Miso's. We were wondering whether all the PlayStation games would fall out the arse of that, but I've been careful. Got a free bag, and that Miso's retro games. Go and check him out. Go online. There's no excuse. If you're into retro gaming or gaming at all, have a look what he's got. So many consoles, games, bloody brilliant. On the flyer there, it says Studio 54. That's not where he is now. He's downstairs. So easy to get to. It's the first couple of shops as you go into the site, past the toilets. You go into proper Barleylands bit, and he's just on the left. Absolutely can't miss him. Well worth the visit. Go and check him out, or check out his website. So easy to handle and look through. Honestly, top man. I'm gonna have a shelf unit, and I'm gonna have one side of it stickers and notes and shop flyers that I go to. I've got to just have them all down one side, so I'm going to do that. And Miso's will be on there up the top as well. So anyway, I go off on my Jack Jones to Ali's, go and see Ali Pally, go in there, and again, absolutely, we're so spoiled, Essex, although it could be a bit bloody nearer to where I am. I'm right at the other side of Essex, but it's always worth the road trip. So go in there, and first thing is the Bible comes out of the pocket, the book of needs, and I'm scanning through the PS1 games. And Ali's deep in conversation with a few of the fellas there. It says, "All right, hello, you all right?" So I get scanning through what I'm after. And again, we tick off a load of PS1 games and some real random jobbies. This is one really, again, it's a racing one, and it's Radical Bikers. Now Ali does put all his games in little plastic sort of protectors, which is really nice. And he puts on there if it's got manual or without or whatever, or if there's something, you know, not quite right, he puts a little price ticket and then another little sticker to say no instructions or whatever, which is always handy. It's really good. But yeah, Radical Bikers, and this is 1943. Looks a cool little race game. Looks like mopeds. Sorry about the glare, that's the only thing. With the protectors, it makes it even harder to see the screenshots. But check it out, because it looks a really fun game. Yeah, very sort of cartoony-esque. But yeah, looks quality. Well worth a go, surely. It wasn't that expensive. None of them were. This is another one, Amazon, and it's the Explorer's Legacy. This is probably like a Tomb Raider type style game, I would guess. Might be completely wrong, but this is game number 2347. Looks a great front artwork inlay. Looks really cool. Reminds me of that. What was the game on the PS3? Bloody hell, Uncharted, where the plane is sort of resting at the top of the, I don't know whether it's 1, 2 or 3, I think it's number 1, where the plane's up on where the waterfall is and the plane's sort of just about hanging on. Looks really cool. So yeah, not really giving much away on the screenshots and the wordage on the back. Sorry about the glare, but it looks like well worth checking out. This has got a few stickers on, thankfully on the outer case, but we all know what Pool Shark's going to be about. And this is 1537. It's an Actua sports title. Now, there's quite a lot of these. There's obviously loads of games that have got Actua this, Actua football, Actua soccer, Actua tennis, but there's quite a few that are from the same sort of fold. So it'd be interesting to see what ones there are of those. And it's a pool title. Again, you can't really see the screenshot, sorry about that. But nice 3D pool game. Looks really cool. I've got the other ones, and I just needed this last one, part of this sort of mini subset. The FA Premier League Stars 2001. It's game number 3063. I must be honest, I really did like particularly FIFA 99 and World Cup 98 and stuff on the PS1. Absolutely awesome games. When it was sort of, football was new to the 3D. Really cool games. Great commentary back in the day in the games as well. That was real good fun. This is another one. One last one from Ali's. This is 4063 of the PS1 games. And this is a Phoenix title. And it doesn't seem to be a classics or anything. It just says standard title, black label. So this has been added. And this is game number 4063, Dinosaurs. Not to be confused with the dinosaur video game, I don't think. Or it might be. Not the video game, the series, wasn't it? Dinosaurs. Little baby can no longer wait. It might be something to do with the TV show or further along. Who knows? It's a 2003 title. But yeah, so we added some more PS1. And last week I did see on the Facebook, on the Fassy book, Ali put up a post with loads of Super Famicom titles. Now, I would like to dabble on the Super Famicom now and again, but mainly one-on-one fighters, platformers, or wrestling games. And it was that, pardon me, it was that he had in. He had quite a few. So I thought, oh, be rude not to. Now, these are in no particular order. Again, I've not taken the price tickets off the front. All were, I mean, Ali does me a brilliant deal anyway. Usually a bundle rate. And these are really cool. And this is Super Fire Pro Wrestling X, whether that's number 10. I think, I didn't know that there was 10 of them released. But it's just Super Fire Pro Wrestling. I do love the wrestling games on the Super Famicom. Great artwork. It's really been well looked after. It just so happens I did comment on Ali's post. And some guy sort of piped up and said, yeah, they were, because I mentioned, they're brilliant, look in really nice condition or something to that effect. And he went, yeah, they're all mint, mate. I was the one who traded them in. And I'm like, shh, don't tell everyone. So yeah, mind you, not as everyone's as mad as me going for certain sort of games on the Super Famicom. And this is another Super Fire Pro Wrestling. This may well be the first one. Looks awesome artwork, real crazy, wacky, Japanese style. Cool little screenshots, but looking beautiful. Really cool. I think it was Geordie Slasher, the Geordie Flasher, who gifted me a wrestling game for the Super Famicom. I can't remember what it's called now. It's in a cabinet, just tucked out the way, we're out of view, so I can't even name what it is. But a really cool wrestling game. I'm trying to think of the name now. It's got me. Bugger it. Forget it. I'll only sit here umming and ahhing for bloody ages. Just taking off the price ticket, which I've done a terrible job. But this is Super Fire Pro Wrestling 2. Again, another wrestling title. all in really nice condition. So that fella wasn't wrong. If you're watching this, mate, cheers for the heads up. Next time, private message me and tell me they're in good condition and worth getting. Don't tell them all. But yeah, looking good. And then lastly, this one, it's a wrestling game. I haven't got a clue what it's called. Looks a bit more serious, the wrestling. But again, awesome artwork. Really cool. I know these games aren't very expensive at all. That's one nice thing about the Super Famicom. You can get some real awesome games, artwork, and they're usually really well looked after, and not really expensive to buy. So yeah, so we've got some nice Super Famicomage, and that's really what prompted me to sort out a different unit for my Super Famicom games, because my little glass cabinet that I had, or that I've got, kind of I've outgrown it. So I've had to change stuff around, which has led to, oh right, I'll do this and I'll move that here, there, and oh man, every time you move one thing, you've got to move all the other. So, but I'm having fun, bit of room Tetris. So yeah, Super Famicom, some form of wrestling game. Really bizarre. Great to see Ali. He's a lovely guy. Had a little chat, and yeah, it's great to see the retro trio of Essex, Miso's, Nerdbase, and Ali's, the TheRetroHunter, Leon C, South Way. So yeah, really had a lovely day with Ed. And as I'm in Ali's, the TheRetroHunter, I'm looking round, and I've started to look at bloody Game Boy stuff. It's that Ed. And then I see that there's a little treat up on the top shelf in there, and it's something he mentioned. He said, I don't know whether he's still got it, and I said, I'm sure he probably has. Well, anyway, I see it in there. So when I come out of there that evening, said hello to Ed again on the messages, and I said, it's in there. And not only is it in there, there's something else there as well. I said, for the Game Boy. And on the Sunday, he sends me a cheeky picture of some bits in a bag on the front seat of his motor. So I know he got them. So yeah, big great additions, and can't wait to see the video of you sharing them with us, because I know they're real cool, great additions to the collection. But anyway, thanks again, Ed. It was lovely to see you, and I can't wait to see you again. Would like to plan a road trip. There's some shop in Brentwood, in a shopping centre, or it's called Retro Giant, something like that. Would love to go on a road trip and go over there and see what that's all about, but got to save up some pennies first. So yeah, and big thank you to the guys at Nerdbase, Luke, Miso, Retro Games, and also Ali, the TheRetroHunter. Thank you very much for making my weekend absolute stellar. Retro Ed, yeah, geezer. And thank you very much, you guys and girls, for watching. And I'll speak to you soon. I'll give you a break for now. Before I go, need a bit of Monster. Gonna get back to the room Tetris now. Bye-bye.